Here we go.
Fabulous.
Love how you do it.
Fabulous.
Fabulous Blue Bombers.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. The Fabulous Blue Bomber Show.
On Shaw TV, brought to you by Moxie's. Now here are your hosts, Kim Babbage and Brody Jackson.
It is another scorching hot week here at Canada Stadium. We are so glad you've joined us for the Fabulous Blue Bomber Show on Shaw TV. My name is Kim Babbage. Rockin' Rudy Gower's on camera. Brody Jackson has returned from Country Fest and Roll of the Eyes. Good time?
It was a blast. You know, it's actually probably one of the highlights, and this is weird, but it's to say, because you're at Country Fest, you're watching country music.
Yeah.
But it was actually more so about watching the Bomber game there with a ton of Bomber fans in the upstairs bar.
Well, and Ronnie Dunn was on stage at that time, right? And people were watching the Bomber game and not like one of the biggest country acts that was at the, well, it was the Zach Brown band, but...
It was all Rough Rider fans for Ronnie Dunn that day.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he got.
Well, because you're in Rider territory practically, right?
Yeah, they kind of sneak in there. They bleed in a little bit, so you kind of just got to walk away from them and ignore them. They really ruin your party buzz.
Well, what happened? You were emceeing on stage there a couple of years ago? And
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I was on stage, and basically while I was up there, I said, okay, all Rough Rider fans, we've got to stand up. So they all stood up. And then right after they did that, I just said, okay, now there's the exit, just off to the left.
And
I got booed.
Nice.
Booed.
The anti-shout-out.
It really hurt my feelings, but I get booed everywhere I go, so it's okay.
Well, listen, folks, they all stood up, they booed you, they made a lot of noise. Guess what? The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have rescinded their no cowbell policy. They are very sorry. They realized they made a bit of a mistake on that one. And to wit, look at Brody's shirt, more cowbell.
Yeah, I got the Cowbell shirt, and look, you can grab yourself like a Winnipeg Blue Bombers Cowbell too. You can just grab her in there, and I kind of mess around with it. But this has a lot of purposes, the Cowbell. It's not just for the game and creating noise, it's also for your mother-in-law. You can just put this right on her. You're gonna know everywhere that she is going if you just pass it right onto there, just like that.
She's not gonna notice when you attach cowbell to her, right?
No, not at all. It's like, what's that noise? It's just nothing, darling. You're fantastic.
But truly, the Blue Bombers do want you to make as much noise as humanly possible, especially with the home opener on the 26th. We want to fill this place, be the loudest stadium in the entire league, going for a sellout for that game, so we'll have a record for consecutive sellouts at home. It's a really big deal, so they're saying, you know what, folks, please do bring your noisemakers, and you can pick up these more cowbell shirts at the store, which I think is super awesome.
And you got a lot of time to warm up your voice too, so get those vocal cords ready. Start doing some, vocal exercises. I always recommend the lunges.
You know what, don't do lunges. We were talking off camera and he was like, I'm gonna do lunges. Why do men think lunges are a good thing to do?
I don't know, we can't help it. I just think it's so great. Oh, I feel better about it.
It's about
everything.
the worst look you could have.
I think I pulled something.
Yeah, all right. I just want to say about the cowbells, there is some cowbell etiquette. If you've got someone sitting right in front of you, please don't ring that thing right in their ear. That's like that. Very rude to do to someone. Make a lot of noise, just make sure it's not in the proximity of someone's head.
That makes sense. And you can do like the out of arm reach. Always exercise your wrist beforehand. You don't want to be pulling any tendons. You don't want to go on the injured reserve list to begin the season.
That's probably not a concern. They're not that heavy. And if you injure your wrist because you've been ringing a cowbell, you need to get to the gym pronto.
That's actually a thing that I've been needing to do for a while, to tell you the truth.
All right. Well, we're going to start this week's episode by taking a look at Twitter. And Team Sleep While You Can has continued for some reason. So every week we're going to bring you tweets that the players have tweeted over the past several days, just in case you're not someone who's involved in social media. And Jonathan Hefney, I think he's the one who started it. He's been posting pictures of Dion Beasley sleeping, and now it's become a big thing. They're all posting pictures of each other sleeping, but Dion's getting the brunt of it.
I wonder, is he ever awake? Like in between from football games to napping? It just seems that that's all he does.
That is what it appears. So we've got a couple of different Dion Beasley poses sleeping. He's got a nice stripy blanket that's very comfortable.
Everyone sleeps with a nice stripy blanket.
Yeah,
it's not the one with the holes though.
No, it's not a Snuggie thing.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah, that would be, I don't know. And then we've got, I think that's Brandon Stewart. It's hard to tell because there's a sun glare, but I think that's B Stu sleeping with a breakfast sandwich in his hand at the airport.
See, now he's taking a tip from Beasley though, because he's eating while sleeping, because we're sure that Beasley's just sleeping and then playing the game. So if he needs to eat too, so this is what he should be doing.
He's got to integrate it into the nap.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Okay. As well, there was a picture of Joey Elliott. He had a wedding to attend on the weekend, I guess, and he's posted this photo of himself wearing a suit and yellow slacks. And I'm going to ask you, as someone, I don't know, are you a fashion forward kind of guy? Is this a good look or is this not a good look? Yellow slacks?
Hey, I go with it, man. If you're comfortable in whatever you want to wear, you just wear it. You do it.
Joey's a confident sort of guy.
He really is, and he did talk about how he wore a pumpkin when he was younger,
That's a
right?
good point, yeah.
So apparently right there, he's wearing a squash.
Oh, well done.
I know fruit.
And
I'm so
isn't
proud.
that a vegetable?
Is it? I don't know. Whoops.
Okay, so Jovan Johnson was asking for advice on Twitter about whether he should wear this outfit, and I think this is actually kind of a Brody Jackson-ish kind of outfit.
Actually, that's my nightclubbing outfit.
It is,
It's what I
eh?
wear clubbing.
To the club?
Yeah, all the time.
Out to the clubs. Finally, Chris Garrett posted this photo. I guess we were talking last week about the fact that he's staying in town during his rehab. He's working hard to get better. He would love to be back on the field before the end of the season. Likely not going to happen, but hey, you never know. And he was out getting a massage, I suppose, as part of his rehab, and he took a photo of himself getting a massage. That's his face sticking out through the face hole on the massage table.
I've always wondered what it'll look like when your face is in there, and that's exactly what it is. But I was really confused when I saw that picture. I thought that was a hoodie, a polka dot hoodie he was just wearing.
Yeah, that's kind of
while
weird,
sleeping.
eh? That's very bizarre. Anyway, that is your look at the tweets that made our,
Twitter account.
Twitter accounts this week. We will bring you more next week, of course, as always. So this week, we're going to head into our feature, and a lot of guys have off-season jobs. Mike Renault has started his own company. You want to know what it's called?
Yes.
Renault's Renos.
So Renault's. He's like a Renault guy.
Yeah, isn't that the best name?
Definitely. Very creative.
I love it. Okay, so Mike Renault of Renault's, his first job here in the city of Winnipeg, redoing Doug Brown's basement. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Mike Renault. When I'm not punting footballs, I'm here doing renovations. I actually have a nice little business card here handy that I've been circulating, so it's more for fun than anything, but this is my first job as an entrepreneur in that regard, so who knows what can come out of it. I grew up in the trades all throughout high school and university as my summer job. I learned a new trade every summer, so I figured in my downtime in the off seasons, I'd put it to use and opened up a company. Yeah, I bought a house in Charleswood. I was getting kind of tired of living out of a suitcase every 6 months, traveling back and forth from Ottawa. I wanted to make Winnipeg my home. This here is Doug Brown's basement, and it was a concrete jungle basically, concrete floors, concrete walls, so he wanted a bedroom, a bathroom, and a living space. Put up all the walls, drywalled them, sanded them, painted them, and now I'm working in the bathroom. Got him a nice little TV, recessed TV wall here for his entertainment system, an oversized door for the utility room, and it's getting there.
This was about close to 1,000 square feet of pretty much unfunctional storage area. It just had boxes and and the fact that I hired him to come do this actually forced me to clean this out. So now I'm gonna actually, I can have a little entertainment area, maybe we might have Mike build a bar, a little wet bar back here. There probably might be a hot tub, who knows. Mike's skills know no boundary or limitation really as far as I'm concerned. So as we go along here, I just say, hey, let's put some more stuff in. He's probably gonna be working on this for the rest of his career, actually, because we plan on developing and adding on to this. So he's gonna be busy for some time, but feel free to give him a call whenever I say he's done.
Mike, how was Doug Brown as a boss?
Well, very similar to the way he's been as a teammate. Very demanding, very aggressive. He likes things done a certain way.
Sam watches him when I'm away. I put Sam down here. He barks at Mike all the time. Anytime he takes a break, I've trained my dog to bark at Mike and nip him in the butt a little bit when he needs a pick-me-up. So he's a good guy.
This is true. This is true. For the most part, he's been out of my way. He offered to help every now and then, but he hasn't actually lifted a single piece of wood or done anything that he promised, so he wouldn't know which end of a hammer to pick up.
Kim, I'd like to say for the record, these hands can only destroy and harm and damage things. They cannot build. This is a way for me to get to know Mike better and learn and show people that he has more skills than just kicking a football. He is more valuable to our community than just being able to, do something that anybody can do, kick a football, right? Now, I'm showing the other dimension of kickers. Oh, we got a place kicker and a punter in here doing something I could never do, And so, yeah, it's really just a journey of garnering respect, I think, for special teams players, especially kickers, And this just goes to show these guys are magic with more than just their feet, okay?
1 Minute With, brought to you by Winnipeg U-Drive and Payless Car Rental.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter inside. Matthews, touchdown. Another slant pass to Chris Matthews, who has touchdowns in his first 2 weeks in the CFL.
131 yards, 8 catches, 1 touchdown. That was the line of Chris Matthews from the last game there. Did you have a touchdown dance for your first touchdown?
No, I didn't have a touchdown dance. I just pretty much just gave praise to God. You know, that's one person who I need to give it to, and thanking him for everything that I have.
How did it feel having that first touchdown out of the way? It's done.
Great.
35,000 more to go this year.
A whole bunch. Yeah, you just got to work. I just got to keep on working hard.
We got a lot of questions for you to ask to try and get to know you better. Here's one question that we'll start with. On The Notebook, the romantic movie, do you think there's another bomber in here that could probably be watching it that you don't, you know, he wants to hide it, he wants to keep it a secret? What bomber would you think that'd be?
Johnny Sears.
He's ready. Is it because...
Hey. Oh yeah. Look. He be acting all hard. He come into the locker room like, hey, what's up, man? I caught him one time.
Even in the locker room, getting busted.
On Netflix. I should have erased it.
Now you got the Olympics are coming up. If you could do any track and field event, which one would be the one that you would dominate at?
Nah. I don't.
Say all of them.
All of them. Yeah, I'll go with all of them. I'll do everything. You know, I might not win in all of them, but I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna win something. I'm a competitor.
What's your go-to television show?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And
Can you do the entire intro?
Not the entire, but I can get a good couple of them. Once I get the song, I'll be like, oh, okay, here we go.
I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air.
Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, never spend most of my days. Yeah, we're gonna do it here.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
If you have, do you have any nicknames for yourself?
I mean, I don't have none for myself, but people call me C-Matt. That's about it.
I like that one. It's a good one. What do you? What's your go-to barbecue? Like, do you have something that you like to throw on the BBQ?
Yeah, ribs, baby back ribs, pork ribs.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back ribs.
Anything that you can grill, I'm on it.
And you're stuck on the island. Yeah, it's your last day. You're stuck on an island. You can spend it with one person. Who would that one person be?
My girlfriend.
Smooth talking. Not only can he score touchdowns, but he can get the ladies too. Chris Matthews, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, man.
Son of an Alabama sharecropper. Great-grandson of a slave. Heavyweight champion of the world. His name, Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. He overcame racism, poverty, and insurmountable odds. He did it by fighting. He did it by winning. And he did it again and again and again. Lewis's right hand was a bomb, exploding on his opponents, knocking them out 57 times. He's known as the greatest puncher of all time. But there's a lesser-known part to his story. While Lewis was knocking men to the canvas, north of the border, a Canadian football team was knocking men to the field with the same ferocity. The Winnipeg Football Club was crushing their opponents game after game. Their navy blue jerseys swarming their adversaries on every play. 1936, the domination was so great that it prompted sports writer Vince Lee to proclaim, "These are the Blue Bombers of Western football." From that point forward, they became known as the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And while those Navy jerseys have changed in appearance over the years, every single one embodies Lewis's spirit of strength, pride, and resilience. This year, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are proud to honor that tradition and history with a new look. Introducing the new 2012 Winnipeg Blue Bomber jerseys.
You've been photobombed.
You have indeed been photobombed. This is a segment where we ask you, the fans, to send in pictures of yourself, your friends, your family, your pets, whatever, creative photos, and you have an opportunity to win a gift card to Moxie's. Now, you sent us one from Country Fest, and there was a whole bunch of Bomber fans in that, which I really, really liked.
Did I win?
You did not win. You cannot win. You are a friend, family, or employee of the show.
Oh, okay. Can I be all of them?
I don't know how we'll accomplish that, but whatever, sure. What we do want to say, though, is that we've had a lot of submissions, and we so appreciate it, but we're looking for new photos, folks. So make sure when you go to the home opener on the 26th, if there's some really neat photo that you want to take it and send that to us, or whatever. We've gotten a few older photos. We want new stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, it can be anything. Because we haven't had any home games, a lot of people are going, well, I haven't been able to take a picture at the game. So it doesn't have to be at the game. It could be in your basement. It could be in your car. It could be just, driving down Portage, Maine with your Winnipeg Blue Bomber flag above the dashboard or something.
But be creative is what we want. We want really creative photos. So here's one. Now, Jeffrey Bannon, who works for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, he gave us this one, but I wanted to show it because it's so beautiful. It is the rainbow that was over the stadium right before the preseason game. How gorgeous is this?
It's beautiful. It's stunning. Friend, family, though, is the rule, right? And coworker, so he can't win.
Oh, no, he can't win. That's
okay,
right.
good.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because if I can't win, he can't win either.
No, don't worry about that. He's not winning. But it's just a beautiful photo. In fact, I'm using this as my wallpaper on my computer. I love it. It's gorgeous.
And you have it as on your iPhone.
I will.
And you have it as your Facebook profile picture
right.
and her Twitter handle. And actually, she said that it's her own picture. You should just take claim to it.
Yeah, that's mine now. Next photo came with a write-up, and I've got to read this write-up for you. Norm sent us this, and he says, I'd like to submit this photo of Abby, also known as Little Baby, our pug, showing the finer skills of ball control. She rarely fumbles, but has been known to drop the ball for a milk bone on some occasions. Don't let her husky frame fool you. In addition to ball control, she has blistering speed.
I'm a little bit nervous about seeing this dog.
I like the composition of this photo. A little bit, it's very creative. There's some grass on the dog on the right side, going after that ball,
It's very dedicated. I wonder if he put peanut butter on the ball so that the dog was right on it.
I don't know, but that's a good one. I really like that photo. And our next photo here submitted by Paula. This is adorable.
She is so cute. Look at her face right up to the, that's
Which
adorable.
mascot is that? Is that Buzz or Boomer? I've never known, and I will never know. I think that's Boomer.
Yeah, I think Boomer's the bigger of the two.
Yeah, okay. So
and
I
Buzz
think
is the little one.
But you know what I love is her retro bomber shirt. This little girl has this super cute retro bomber shirt on. I love it.
Bomber fan for life.
Yeah.
Because what that mascot did for
Hopefully,
her too,
yeah.
right?
All right. So as we have told you in the past here on the show, Rockin' Rudy Gower, our favorite cameraman, is deciding the winner every week. And this week's photobomb winner, Rockin' Rudy, says...
It is the photo of the dog, and this did not come easy. There was a tie between little girl and the dog, but she won by the text. The Abby the dog, is that the name?
Yep.
Yeah, the text behind it, her owner put together. Amazing, nice little write-up. It was a tie up until then.
All right, so folks, if you have a creative write-up that might sway Rudy in your way, make sure you send us your photos. You can email them to us at fabulousbluebombershow@shaw.ca. You can tweet them to us, FBBSWPG, or post them on our Facebook page. Any way you'd like to send them to us, please send us your fan photos, and you could win a Moxie's gift card.
It's time now for the Rules Clinic.
Hi, I'm Chris Kowalchuk. This is Chris Greaves. We're here on the Rules Clinic. We're going to explain a couple of the offside rules for offensive linemen and offense. So, occasionally you'll hear a ref say procedure or offside, and we're going to differentiate the two. Procedure is when a set player, so most of the time an offensive lineman, who's in a 3-point stance or 4-point stance, gets offside or moves or jolts before the ball is snapped. So if Greaves is going to move on set versus the hut. So go, set, that's a procedure. He was in a 3-point stance. He moved before I snapped the ball. That's the procedure on number 64.
Yeah, you're not allowed to make any sort of movement before the ball is snapped as an offensive lineman. The center determines whether who's on or offside. If anyone passes the line of scrimmage before the center snaps the ball, they are in trouble, and the flag is getting thrown.
Bombers have yet to lead. Dorson back in, flag flies.
Procedure. Winnipeg number 69, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Big Glenn January, the left tackle.
Procedure is essentially an offside, but they just call it procedure because we're in a 3-point stance. So also if he jolts before. So again, before the hut, Greaves is gonna jolt, so go, set, and then moves back, he'll get flagged on that as well. An offside, typically a receiver or someone who's not set. So a receiver who's in motion, crosses the line of scrimmage before the snap, he'll get called offside. So that's why you hear procedure versus offside on the offense.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our call and what we could get called for, and that's it.
But not us two, no.
Well, yeah, because we're good.
Now Cowbell, Brandon London the catch. Brought down by Johnny Sears, 35-yard line.
We just wanted to check in really quickly with Johnny Sears. Now, you're not wearing your uniform, but you do wear number 0. And a good friend of our show, Chrissy Troy, who is a morning show host on Hot 103, wanted me to ask you, why did you pick 0? Because she feels that doesn't represent your skill. You're not a 0. You're better than 0. Why do you wear 0?
Because one of the reasons is it's 0, nothing. My plan is to not let anyone get anything on me. You know, it's not realistic, but that's my mindset when I come on the field every time.
So when you came here as a Blue Bomber and they offered you the option of a number of numbers, you actually chose 0. It wasn't because there was nothing else left. You wanted to wear 0?
Yeah, I wanted to wear 0. It's more so like a little target on my back. It makes me study that much more because I feel like when a quarterback or an opposing offense sees 0, they want to try it for some reason. So I wanted to be that guy, basically put the pressure on myself.
All right, well, Chrissy Troy, there's your answer. That is why Johnny Sears wears number 0, but she does want you to know that she thinks you're much better than 0.
Appreciate it.
The fabulous Blue Bomber Show steps up to the post. And at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, it's a photo finish. That's your Assiniboia Downs Workhorse of the Week.
It's kind of exciting that Damon Washington was the guy who won the Workhorse last week because he's awarding it this week. First of all, you go and return for a touchdown, which is awesome to begin with, but you were saying off camera that it isn't as fun as it looks because everyone's trying to take your head off.
Attacked by Washington, one man to beat. He's past Sean White, and now a foot race, and Damon Washington has the touchdown.
It's not fun because you know if guys want to take your head off, but at the same time it's exciting because you got guys who want to take your head off.
Absolutely. So now the winner of the Workhorse of the Week gets to pick the following week's Workhorse. And you asked us before we even started this if you could kind of change the rules up a little bit because you didn't want it to award it to just one guy. You wanted to award it to a whole bunch of guys. So we had to sort of change the rules of the game. So tell us who you picked and why.
I picked the whole special teams as a whole, and we wanted to return it to the coach. Because we can't give it to one guy, so we want to give it to the coach, for everybody can be on for this.
How classy is that? How do you think of that?
I think it's outstanding. You know, Damon, this is exactly what sums up our special teams. We got a bunch of guys that buy in. Damon's a recipient and gets all the accolades, deservingly so, for an outstanding game. But there's a whole lot of guys that are working hard up front, and they feel as much pride in us scoring a touchdown as Damon does. So, this is a nice little, it's a nice way of Damon saying, I appreciate all the guys that are working hard for me, and it's outstanding.
Well, now the winner of the Workhorse every week gets to give a shout out to whoever they want. So you get an opportunity now to say hello to and shout out to whoever you want out in Bomberland or back home, whatever.
Well, I'll say hello to my wife and kids are here today in Bomberland. They're coming to practice, and her cousin from Ontario is visiting. So I'll say hello to them. And Joe Lascavio, who, Pasquale's Restaurant, my neighbor. Give him a shout out. Go eat at Pasquale's.
There you go. See, everybody wins here. Congratulations on this week's Workhorse of the Week. Damon, thank you so much.
A musical moment with Jay.
It's a song about the sexiest section of all. Section S, you're the sexiest section of all. my favorite place to put my butt when I'm watching football. You used to be home to the beer snake, but that got out of hand, so they made a rule against it. Now all the drunk and disorderly students have had to find another way to have fun, so they jingle their keys. Yeah, like this guy. That's awesome. And that guy just humped me. Section S, you're the rowdiest section of all. Right in the ear too, yeah. You pound the beers and eat the corn, and then you ride the pony, and then you yell stuff in this guy's ear, and I can't hear out of this side, so yeah, that guy too. And then you yell things at the other team's quarterback like, "Count the out, Bruce, you suck!" Section S, you're the section that I'll miss most of all. Eventually.
So when you come to the game Thursday, the 26th, the Blue Bombers home opener, you could sit in Section S, because we want to fill up Section S and all of the sections in the stadium here. They do want to sell out Canada Stadium for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers home opener, and in fact all the games this year as just the final goodbye to Canada Stadium.
Now I know a lot of people actually from the West Coast who are coming out for the first game of the season. They want to experience it. They want to be here, so they booked their tickets in Section S. They didn't know, well, they did know that it was a party zone, but they didn't know it for me.
Really?
It's like, it's
that
reputable.
well known? Really?
Section S is like the party area, so they're so stoked on that.
Wow.
They've been sitting here, listen to this, they've been sitting here getting their beer snake ready, and I'm like, it's not gonna happen.
Have the beer snake.
Your first experience is gonna be outside of the stadium.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. But you can bring a cowbell. As we mentioned off the top of the show, the Blue Bombers have lifted the cowbell ban. There really wasn't ever one, I don't think, but you can get yourself a more cowbell shirt in the store. Make sure you bring your cowbells. Move the umbrella, there we go. Make sure you bring your cowbells to the game and make a ton of noise. We want it to be very, very loud. And as well, don't forget there is a tribute to former coach Cal Murphy during halftime. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome night here at Canada Stadium. If you'd like to try to win a pair of tickets, you can hit us up a number of ways. Email us at fabulousbluebombershow@shaw.ca. You can like us on Facebook and put your answer on our Facebook page, or on Twitter at FBBSWPG. And the question for this week is,
what would Bryant Turner do on his day off? What would he do?
That was on last week's show. If you know the answer, make sure you get in touch with us, let us know, and if you've won, we will let you know as well. Don't forget to send us your photobomb photos. We want to put those on the show, and the winner will win a gift card to Moxie's every week, which Rock and Rudy Gower will choose. And as we mentioned earlier as well, make sure they're new photos. Like, get really creative with your friends, your family, whatever it is. We want to see Bomber colors. We want to see them in a picture, and make it really cool and fun and awesome.
Put them over. Stories can also put you over the top.
That's right. That's how they won this week.
Well, and you also, like, I mean, there's an excuse right now happening for you to put makeup on while you're at home. You know, every guy wants to do it. Everybody does.
They want to do lunges apparently as well.
Exactly. So, lunge and put your makeup on.
Please,
okay,
just,
here we go again.
Just forget about what this guy says. Don't listen to him. Make sure you tune in as the Bombers play this Friday in Edmonton. Given what happened against with the Rough Riders and the Eskimos, I suspect the Bombers could do quite well at Commonwealth. So let's be cheering for a win, and we'll definitely see you back here next week. Thanks for watching.
Go Blue!
The Fabulous Blue Bombers Show on Shaw TV. To see past episodes or contact the show, visit us online at shaw.ca/FBBS. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or email us at fabulousbluebombershow@shaw.ca.
Here we go. Yeah.